Did you know that more than 75% of car breakdowns are linked to poor maintenance? A lot of drivers assume that cars naturally wear out after 150,000 miles, but that's far from true. With the right habits, your vehicle can easily cross 300,000 miles without major repairs. In this guide, we'll break down 4 critical habits that can double your car's lifespan. We'll also bust a common myth that's destroyed hundreds of turbo engines, and at the end, I'll share a bonus maintenance secret that even seasoned owners forget. One that can save you thousands of dollars. Let's get started. Habit number 1, don't blindly follow the manufacturer's oil change intervals. On paper, a 10,000 mile oil change interval sounds convenient. Fewer oil changes, less hassle, less expense. But in reality, it's a gamble that can cost you an engine. Here's the truth. Many car manufacturers stretch oil change intervals to make ownership appear cheaper during warranty years. They're not the ones paying for a $4,000 engine rebuild after the warranty ends. You are. Seasoned mechanics and long-term drivers agree on a safer rule. Change your oil every 5,000 miles or 6 months using full synthetic oil. This is especially critical if you drive in heavy traffic tow trailers or heavy loads, live in hot or dusty environments. Stick only to the owner's manual, and you might save a few oil changes, but you risk sludge buildup, worn seals, and premature engine failure. Oil isn't just a lubricant, it's the lifeblood of your engine. Fresh oil means clean internals, cooler operating temps, and fewer repairs. The bottom line, manufacturer intervals are averages, not guarantees. If you want your car to last, maintain your oil proactively. Automakers want to sell new cars, not make yours last forever. Habit number 2, change your transmission fluid. Before it's too late, most drivers don't think about their transmission until it slips or shudders. By then, it's usually too late. Unlike engine oil, transmission fluid isn't topped up regularly. It sits sealed inside, breaking down quietly mile after mile. Here's the trap. Transmission fluid often still looks good. It might appear cherry red with no burnt smell, but after 60,000 miles, it can be hiding microscopic clutch particles, metal shavings, and varnish. This turns the fluid into liquid sandpaper that slowly grinds your gears. Smart owners drain and refill every 60,000 miles or 6 years, whichever comes first. For hybrids, you can stretch it to 90,000 miles, but no more. Transmission repairs start around $3,000 and climb quickly. Important exception, never flush an old neglected transmission. A flush can dislodge gunk that's literally holding it together. In that case, do a simple drain and fill, and always use OEM fluid. For example, Toyota WS fluid, Honda ATFDW. One generic fluids might save you a few dollars up front, but can destroy a $3,000 transmission. Remember, your engine may start every time, but without a healthy transmission, your car won't move an inch. Habit number 3, flush your coolant every 5 years or 50,000 miles. Many drivers believe coolant lasts forever. Wrong. Modern long-life coolants are good, but after 5 years or about 50,000 miles, they turn acidic. Instead of protecting your engine, they begin corroding it from the inside out. Neglected coolant leads to rotted water pumps, destroyed seals, clogged heater cores, head gasket leaks. The most expensive outcome warning signs include mysterious coolant loss, white smoke from the exhaust, and engine misfires. By the time you see those symptoms, major damage has already begun. That's why the smart move is simple. Flush your coolant every 5 years or 50,000 miles, regardless of what the long life label says. Coolant is cheap, engines are not. Whether you drive a Toyota, Ford, or hybrid, the rules are the same. Don't wait for damage. Replace it before your car starts showing signs of trouble. Habit number 4, replace the timing belt before it fails. Be honest. When was the last time you thought about your timing belt? Most people forget about it until it's too late, but this small hidden belt controls the synchronization between pistons and valves. If it breaks while driving, the pistons slam into the valves, and the result is catastrophic engine damage. A broken timing belt can destroy your engine, leaving you with a $2,000 to $5,000 repair bill. The good news? Preventing it is simple. Most cars need a timing belt replacement every 60,000 to 100,000 miles or 7 to 10 years, whichever comes first. Even if you don't drive much, the belt still deteriorates over time due to heat and oil exposure. Don't wait for noises, ticking sounds, or oil leaks near the belt cover. In most cases, the belt just snaps with no warning at all. Replacing the timing belt on time is far cheaper and safer than replacing the entire engine after a failure. It's not just maintenance, it's protection against total disaster. Habit number 5, keep spark plugs. Fresh spark plugs may be small, but they play a massive role in your car's performance. A single worn spark plug can cause weak ignition, which leads to poor combustion. That means wasted fuel, sluggish acceleration, and in some cases up to 30% worse fuel economy. Over time, this inefficiency not only costs you money at the pump, but also puts extra strain on your engine. Here's what you need to know. Replacement interval. Most cars need new plugs every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, depending on the type. Iridium plugs last longer than copper ones, but always check your owner's manual. Warning signs: rough idle, slow starts, loss of power, or raw fuel smell from the exhaust are all red flags. Misfires can also shake your engine and light up your check engine light. Red flags on inspection. If you remove a spark plug and find oil or coolant on it, that's not just a spark plug issue. It could mean a leaking valve cover gasket, oil, or even head gasket failure. Coolant. Both are costly if ignored. Replacing spark plugs on time is cheap insurance. A fresh set restores efficiency, keeps your engine firing properly, and prevents expensive ignition coil or engine repairs. Think of it as a tune-up that pays for itself in gas savings alone. Habit number 6, replace the fuel filter at recommended intervals. Your fuel filter is like the bodyguard for your engine. Every mile you drive, it blocks dirt, rust, and microscopic debris from reaching the injectors. But as it clogs, your fuel pump has to work harder until one day it burns out. The cost difference: a $40 fuel filter swap versus a $500 to $1,000 fuel pump replacement. Here's the rule of thumb: older cars replace every 30,000 miles. Modern cars replace every 60,000 miles in-tank filters. Newer models can last up to 100,000 miles, but don't push it beyond that safety tip. Always relieve fuel pressure before swapping the filter. The safe method is to pull the fuel pump fuse and let the engine run until it stalls. This prevents high-pressure fuel spray, a dangerous fire hazard, and always work in a well-ventilated area. Gasoline fumes are no joke. A clean fuel filter ensures smooth fuel delivery, better performance, and less strain on the entire fuel system. Ignore it, and your car might leave you stranded with a failed pump. Habit number 7, flush your brake fluid. Every 2 to 3 years. This one often surprises people. After all, how can brake fluid affect your car's longevity? The answer is simple. If you can't stop safely, you won't be driving very long. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air over time. In as little as 2 to 3 years, it can soak up enough water to lower its boiling point by over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Fresh DOT 3 brake fluid boils around 401 degrees Fahrenheit. Fresh DOT 4 brake fluid boils around 446 degrees Fahrenheit. Old water contaminated fluid, it can drop to 284 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Why does this matter? In stop and go traffic or mountain driving, brakes generate huge amounts of heat. If the fluid boils, vapor bubbles form. Suddenly your brake pedal feels soft or spongy. Or worse, the brakes fail completely. That's why smart car owners do a brake fluid flush every 2 to 3 years. No matter what, it's inexpensive, protects critical brake components, and most importantly, ensures your car can always stop when you need it to. Neglect it and you risk brake failure. Not just expensive repairs, but your safety and everyone else's on the road. Habit number 8, service your differential and transfer case regularly. If you drive a rear wheel, 4-wheel, or all-wheel drive vehicle, your differential and transfer case are just as important as your engine and transmission. These parts distribute engine power to the wheels, allowing your car to turn smoothly and maintain traction. Without them, your car wouldn't move properly. Inside these housings is a special heavy-duty gear oil. Over time, it breaks down under heat and pressure, collecting metal particles and sludge. Dirty or worn-out fluid means poor lubrication, excess wear, and eventual failure of gears and bearings. Here's the smart schedule. Differential fluid change every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Transfer case fluid change for AWD/4WD every 50,000 miles, or as recommended by the manufacturer, basic process if you're DIY inclined. Locate the differential or transfer case housing. Place a drain pan underneath and remove the drain plug. Open the fill plug so the old fluid drains completely. Reinstall the drain plug securely. Pump in the manufacturer recommended fluid until it slightly seeps out of the fill hole. Reinstall and tighten the fill plug. Pro tip: always use the specific gear oil your manufacturer recommends. Using the wrong viscosity or additives can shorten gear life dramatically. A differential rebuild can cost $1,000 to $2,000. A transfer case replacement can run $1,500 to $3,000. Meanwhile, fresh fluid is cheap. Don't ignore these hidden workhorses. Habit number 9, check and clean the mass airflow (MAF) sensor. Your mass airflow (MAF) sensor is a small but critical part of your engine's brain. It measures how much air enters the engine so the computer can balance the air-fuel mixture for peak performance. When it gets dirty from dust, oil vapor, or debris, it sends inaccurate readings, and your engine runs poorly. Symptoms of a dirty or failing MAF sensor include hesitation or stumbling during acceleration, rough idle or stalling, poor fuel economy, hard starting check engine light, often codes P0100 to P0104. Instead of replacing it for hundreds of dollars, a simple cleaning often restores performance. How to clean your MAF sensor safely. Locate it on the intake tube just after the air filter box. Disconnect the electrical connector carefully. Remove the sensor or housing. Spray it with MAF sensor cleaner only. Never use brake cleaner, carb cleaner, or WD-40. They'll ruin it. Let it air dry completely. Reinstall it and clear codes if necessary. Optional step, connect an OBD2 scanner before and after cleaning to measure grams per second airflow. You'll see the improvement directly. A $10 can of MAF cleaner can save you from a $200 to $400 sensor replacement, restore fuel economy, and smooth out engine performance. Habit number 10, replace the PCV valve before it fails. The PCV, positive crankcase ventilation valve, is one of the most overlooked parts under your hood. Its job is to release harmful vapors and pressure from inside your engine. Over time, the valve can clog or stick open, and the results can be costly. If the PCV valve fails, closed stuck valve, excessive crankcase pressure, oil leaks, blown gaskets, and seals, $1,000 plus repairs, open stuck valve. High oil consumption, sometimes up to a quart every 1,000 miles. Most manufacturers recommend replacing it every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Replacement is simple and cheap. Locate the PCV valve, usually near the valve cover or oil-filled tube. Twist it counterclockwise to remove. Insert the new valve, $10 to $20, and twist clockwise to secure. Inspect the vent hose for cracks or damage. Replace if needed. For less than $20, you protect your engine from oil leaks, rough performance, and expensive repairs. It's one of the highest value maintenance habits you can do yourself. A fresh PCV, positive crankcase ventilation, valve may be small, but it plays a critical role in keeping your engine healthy. By replacing it on time, you can reduce oil consumption, lower harmful emissions, and prevent gunk from building up inside the engine. Over time, a clogged or failing PCV valve can cause rough idling, oil leaks, or even engine sludge. For just a few dollars, this small habit protects your engine from major repairs and keeps it running clean for thousands of miles. Habit 11, tire alignment. A small step, big savings. Many drivers ignore tire alignment until the car feels off, but that's a costly mistake. Experts recommend checking your alignment every 15,000 miles or whenever your steering feels unusual. Misaligned wheels don't just affect handling, they also wear out your tires up to 30% faster and can reduce fuel efficiency by about 10%. So, how do you know if your alignment is off? Look for these clues. Uneven tire wear, especially more on the inner or outer edges. The car pulling to one side when driving straight, a steering wheel that sits crooked even when the car is moving forward. For example, if your wheels toe in, point toward each other, the outer edges wear down. If they toe out, point away, the inner edges suffer. Alignment issues can't be fixed at home. They require professional machines to measure and reset wheel angles. It typically costs between $75 and $100, which is far less than replacing a full set of tires or burning extra fuel. Habit 12, avoid cold revving. This is a controversial one, but here's the truth. Revving your engine when it's cold is one of the fastest ways to damage it. When you start your car, the oil is thick and sitting at the bottom of the engine. It needs time, around 30 to 60 seconds, to circulate and coat vital parts like pistons, camshafts, and bearings. Revving too early forces dry metal components to grind together, causing premature wear. What should you do instead? Start your car, let it idle for about a minute, and then drive gently. Keep RPMs below 3,000 until the engine warms up. Some cars, like Subarus, even display a blue coolant light to indicate when the engine is still cold. Cold revving is especially dangerous for turbocharged engines. Poor oiling habits cause up to 90% of turbo failures. Remember, patience saves your engine. Habit 13. Wash the undercarriage regularly. Most people wash their car's body but forget about the undercarriage, the area most vulnerable to hidden damage. Dirt, mud, and especially road salt collect underneath, accelerating rust and corroding essential parts like brake lines, exhaust pipes, suspension, and even the frame. In snowy regions, salt can eat away at metal in just a few winters. Experts recommend washing your undercarriage at least once per season, and monthly during winter if you live in snowy climates. Coastal areas are no exception. Salty air and sand can cause similar damage year-round. Don't assume out of sight, out of mind. Regular undercarriage cleaning is an inexpensive way to add years to your vehicle's life. Habit 14. Rotate your tires on schedule. Tires don't wear evenly. The front tires usually wear faster because they handle the steering, braking, and most of the vehicle's weight. Without rotation, you'll be replacing tires thousands of miles too soon. Rule of thumb, rotate every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, or every oil change if you want to keep it simple. Skipping rotations leads to bald patches on specific tires, poor traction in rain or snow, a rougher, noisier ride. The cost of rotation is often free at many tire shops if you bought your tires there, and even if you pay, it's usually under $30. That's a tiny price compared to a 600+ set of new tires. Consistent rotations mean even wear, longer tire life, and safer handling. Habit 15. Replace worn belts and hoses before they fail. Rubber parts like serpentine belts, radiator hoses, and vacuum lines are easy to forget, but if one snaps, you're stranded. Serpentine belt runs your alternator, power steering, and air conditioning. If it breaks, your car dies within minutes as the battery drains. Radiator hoses carry coolant throughout your engine. A cracked hose can dump all your coolant in seconds, overheating your engine and causing a $3,000 head gasket repair. Inspection is simple. Look for cracks, fraying, bulges, or soft spots. Replace belts every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Replace hoses every 4 to 6 years, sooner if you live in extreme heat. A $20 to $50 belt or hose replaced on time can prevent catastrophic failures. Bonus tip, keep a logbook. This habit separates casual owners from true car lovers. Keeping a logbook of every oil change, filter replacement, tire rotation, and repair may sound simple, but it's one of the smartest habits you can adopt. Why keep a logbook? Because it helps you catch small issues before they become big problems. By tracking details like oil changes, filter replacements, or tire rotations, you can spot patterns that point to hidden issues. For example, if you notice oil loss every 1,000 miles, that's a strong warning sign of leaks or worn seals. If your tires wear unevenly after just a few thousand miles, that tells you alignment or suspension could be off. These records act as a roadmap of your car's health. Another big benefit is how shops and dealerships treat you when you show up with a well-documented log. Mechanics are far less likely to suggest unnecessary services when they see you've been diligent with maintenance. Instead, they'll know you take your car seriously, which saves you both time and money. A logbook also helps if you ever need warranty claims, since you'll have proof that you followed the required maintenance schedule. And finally, when the time comes to sell your vehicle, a logbook instantly adds credibility and value. Buyers trust owners who keep records. It shows the car was cared for, not neglected. In fact, many people are willing to pay more for a car with complete service history. A simple notebook or even a maintenance app can set you apart from the average seller and give you the upper hand in negotiations. In short, keeping a logbook isn't just about maintenance. It's about protecting your car's future and your wallet. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just a $2 notebook or even a basic phone app can get the job done. The key is consistency. Every oil change, filter replacement, tire rotation, or repair should be written down with the date and mileage. Over time, these notes create a clear picture of your car's maintenance history, making it easier to track what's been done and what's coming up next. Smart car owners know that good records are more than just notes on paper. They're a long-term investment. Keeping track saves money by preventing unnecessary repairs, helps identify problems before they get worse, and ensures your car runs strong for years. A few minutes of logging today can protect you from costly surprises tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.